Assalamu alaikum. I just finished crying, but I'm probably gonna start crying again. I was editing a video specifically for reverts, but then I was like, I didn't post for a long time, and I want you guys to see like the reality of things. I'm gonna give you guys some backstory. I moved away from my parents for the reason that I suffered a lot in my childhood, also as a revert, and I wanted to get away from everything. And, I was like, I want to see them. I made the mistake of coming during the holidays, which I clocked after I'd done my tickets, and I really, really regret it. I guess I kind of just want to be real with you guys, because I know so many reverts are also suffering in this way, which is the only thing that's comforting me at the time. During this time, that's literally the only thing that's comforting me, is the fact that I know other reverts are going through the same thing as me. We can feel so alone, but at least other people, they understand. So, after not seeing them for so long, I was like, let me visit them. I made a surprise, and I was like, maybe things will be a bit different. And it's only been day 2, not even day 2, day 1.5, and everything I wanted to get away from is flooding back. All the arguments, all the yelling, everything. And I'm making this video because not everybody sees the reality how it is. As a revert in a Christian household, like a proper practicing one. And I just feel very like, damn, like, I left to not have to experience this anymore. And you'd think after them not seeing me for so long, they wouldn't do it, but they would. I think the biggest mistake anyone can make is thinking that a person won't do the thing they do over and over again. So now I'm in my room, trying to calm down. And when you're with people who are clearly have toxic traits, I'm not saying I don't or I haven't had it, but knowing that I took the time to heal from them, now I'm in a position where they made me feel like I did back then, but now I know I'm not the problem anymore, and it's like, I don't react the same way anymore because I'm not that person anymore. I've changed, I've grown. So now I don't react that way anymore, but it's just like, damn, man. Really? People will do the most to drag you down. I had them yesterday. They had spoken so badly about Muslims, and I had to leave the room. I just left. I can't sit with people like this. I have never spoken that way about the Christianity in my life. My gosh. I had a problem with communication back then because of my family. It was very hard for me to communicate, and then, coming back here now, I know how to. I worked on it. And so after communicating, I don't like when you do this. I don't like how you make me feel. I'm the problem all of a sudden. Then I had to, back then, when they used to do this to me, I used to feel like horrible about myself. But this time, I went in my room and I just cried a bit, and I said, nothing is wrong with me. These are people who persist in their toxicity. Because I took the time to heal. But people who continue to live in an environment like this, it's very hard to change. It's very hard to change and until you're taken out of that environment, and then you're kind of faced with yourself. But if you're constantly in an environment that encourages this toxic trait, it's very hard to change it. So this time I reacted a bit differently. I'm just kind of sad because so many years after, they still do what they used to do before. They haven't. I think that's the hardest part for me because you'd expect to see change, right? You'd expect that your absence makes a change, and it doesn't. Sometimes I hate being so, like, I feel so much, and I feel like, yeah, I feel so much for people, even if they don't mean something wrong. I just feel so much for them, and it's like, it's so hard living in a family that is clearly not reciprocated, and I know that their absence affected me, but why did my absence not affect them? It's that kind of thing. And I fought so much every year when it was Christmas, and they're still doing the same thing, and I understand where they're coming from. I get where they're coming from, but I don't get their approach. You get me? This is the reality, guys. Even though I live alone, and I kind of regret coming here now, which I feel bad for saying, but it's like, I feel all the negative emotions that I did when I was here, and I can't believe I lived for so long like this. And now I'm just like, I want to get away again, but I guess this is also my avoidance speaking. It's not good to run away from problems. I think right now it's healthy, and it's a fitna for me. It's healthy for me to combat these emotions, given that I've changed now. I want to see how I can go through this. I know before I would have just stayed alone. I would have stayed in my room and would have not socialized. I would have starved myself literally because I didn't want to go downstairs. But now I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to get my mind engaged in finding a solution, because even now I felt myself get really overwhelmed, and I found myself not thinking clearly and just getting like overwhelmed. And I said, wait a second, I really need to think about this. I need to, what is making me upset right now, so I can address that problem. This is the reality, guys. So yeah, my battery's gonna run out, so I think I'm gonna end the video here. Probably gonna cry some more, but hopefully going to find a solution. You know, when your efforts go so unnoticed, and you like no one appreciates it, and it makes you kind of never want to do anything again. That's kind of how I feel like now. Even I wanted to cook for them, I wanted to do everything for them, but they always find a problem, and I'm kind of in a position where it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to be good enough. You get it? But I am good enough. Anyway, sending love to every revert going through the same thing. And yeah, assalamu alaikum.